Disaster strikes on board a Kinder
Was that a
Airways
bomb?
plane. Their plane is stalling. Will the pilots make it or crash?
Warning.
Everyone brace.
50, 40, 30, 4.
Kinder Airways Flight 87 is coming in for a landing.
Your controls.
My controls.
The plane is a Boeing 757. The plane is pretty rare in 2024. The 757 is common sometimes. In the USA, the plane is common. The plane is approaching runway 88.
Landing gear.
But just as the landing gear is down, the captain grabs the controls.
My controls.
The plane has lost over 40% of its stabilizer. Now the Boeing 757 is stalling. The captain puts full throttle and does anything he could.
I decided that it's not going to be my last day as a captain. It's now or never. So I just said, to the co-pilot. I was like, full throttle. Full throttle.
Despite the huge risk, the captain's effort works out, but not for long. The plane starts stalling again.
The plane started to, stall and bank left towards the city. It was a really dangerous situation that we were in.
After successfully recovering, Flight 87 is near the runway. The captain decides to make a risky move.
Turn off the engines.
What?
Flight 87 landing gear is not down. Turning the engines off is the only option. Using some of the rudder.
Come on.
100,
Everyone brace.
50, 40, 30, 20.
And skill. Flight 87 has landed. But it's not over yet.
Engines are off. Systems off.
Screens off.
EMRG HUD.
Set.
Fuel pump.
Now some of the passengers are evacuating. Now the pilots completed their checklist.
Completed.
Everything checked.
Now it's the time for the investigators to figure out what happened.
First, I would think that it's metal fatage.
The plane lost over 40% of its stabilizer, but still managed to land. But how?
Losing that much of the stabilizer and mannequin to land is nearly impossible. The odds of landing with 40% of the stabilizer missing is a miracle.
The bomb theory is ruled out immediately.
We decided to check the history of this aircraft. One thing stands out in 2001. On the September 10th, the plane was given to Canada, one day before the September 11th attacks. I mean, there's many interesting theories ... but it's only a consistence.
High winds and fatage ruled off.
That now only left metal fatage left, but how did the metal get so bad? The age of the plane is 24 years, which is a part of the standard service life.
About an hour ago, before landing.
Some turbulence.
Oh, holy, yes.
Oh my god.
That's wake turbulence.
Ah, yes, let's report that.
Their plane had encountered some wake turbulence. The pilots thought that it wasn't that bad and reported it to ATC.
This is Kinder 87. We had encountered some wake turbulence, recruiting speed check, and descending to flight level 18,000.
Roger that, Kinder 87, decent to flight level 18,000, 245 knots, and doing a speed check on the plane ahead of you.
Thank you, Kinder 87.
Kinder 87, the plane ahead of you is a 350, going at 340 knots, about 25 nautical miles ahead, and coursing Deutschland, Quebec, de Quark.
Copy that, Kinder 87.
So the wake turbulence damaged the tail, under one single air bubble and air pocket.
So it just goes like, blop, and there it is.
So without of the heroic actions by the pilots, the outcome could have been different.